All right, this is number 21. A line is graphed on a coordinate grid. It is a vertical line. Okay, if you will look carefully at this vertical line, all of the points on this line have the same x value, okay? So this vertical line is x equals whatever that value is. All of the x values along this line are going to be -4. So this is a line x equals -4. If it is a vertical line, that is an undefined slope because you can't divide by 0. Defined slope, okay? If you had a line that was horizontal like this one has a slope of 0, and this line, all of the y values are the same, and it just so happens I drew that one at -4 also. This is y equals -4, okay? They are not the same. All right, so the equation of the line is x equals -4, and the slope is undefined. That's what we got. Good. Good. Nope. Nope. Yes, but nope. Nope, but yes. All right, so the only one that has both parts correct is answer A. All right, number 2, the graph of a linear function f is shown. Well, where is it shown? It's shown over here. And it says, what is the 0 of f? In other words, when is the function's value 0? When is y equal to 0? Okay, y is equal to 0 whenever it's crossing the x-axis. So that is at 2. Okay, similar to what we did with quadratic functions. Okay, zeros are where you're crossing the x-axis. Okay. Number 23, what is the solution to this system of equations? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this top one by 2. That's going to give me -6x plus 5, sorry, -6x plus 10y equals 42. And then I'll put this other one underneath it. The -6 and +6x cancel out. 10y minus y, that gives you 9y. And 42 minus 15 gives you 27. Divide both sides by 9. And you get y equals 3. And then you just need to take the y and plug it back in to get what your x is. Okay, it really doesn't matter which equation you use because either one of them will work. But I took the second equation and put 3 in for y. So 6x minus y equals -15. And remember, y is 3. So now I'm going to move the 3 to the other side. I get 6x equals -12. Divide both sides by 6. X is -2. So if I'm going to put this in the form of an ordered pair, it would be -2, comma, 3. So let's look at our answers because it's not A. All right, and the answer choice we're looking for is right here, -2, comma, 3. All right, the number 26. The table shows the number of customers each hour for an online sale. So the first thing that I did was I went to my calculator and put in my lists. L1, the number of hours after the sale, number of people. Okay, which function best models the data in the table. So it's not perfect because you can see that there are slight differences in the amount of people from one hour to the next, although I have a feeling we're going to have a general relationship in our scatter plot. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask the computer to give us a scatter plot of the items that we just listed. There's no reason for us to have any negative values. 0 to 10 should be fine. Your minimum Y was 50. I'm going to go from 0 to 300. And I'm going to go up by 30s, and I'm going to hit graph. Okay. It's not absolutely perfect, but there's your general trend. Now I'm going to go to stat, and I'm going to ask it to calculate the linear regression, number 4, because that gives me my slope and my y-intercept. Okay. All right. So this says my slope is -41 and my y-intercept is 337. Okay, so I basically put that in the equation. Here's my slope that they gave me. I rounded it off a little bit. Here's my y-intercept, okay? Because notice my y-intercept is not going to be 296 because that's when the x value is 1. My y-intercept is when the x value is 0, so I was missing that. All right, and it doesn't matter which one of these is listed first. I put it in slope-intercept form with the slope first and then the y-intercept, but these can easily be changed. So B looks like it's got the two parts, positive 337 and negative 41x, and everything else looks off for one reason or another. So we're going to go with B. Number 28 says that a line contains the points -2, -2, and 4, 2. I went ahead and plotted them. Here's -2, -2, and here's 4, 2. What is the slope of the line? Well, you can do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or because I plotted the points on the grid that they gave me, I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, up 4, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is going to give me a slope of 2/3. Let's see if I get that. Same thing if I do y2 minus y1. Here's my second point. Here's my first one. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I do. I get 4/6, which is going to reduce to 2/3. So my answer is down here. It's going to be C. All right, number 30, the two types of tickets sold at a baseball game are standard tickets and discounted tickets. The price of a discounted ticket was 80% of the price of a standard ticket. There were 153 standard tickets sold at the baseball game, and there were 47 discounted tickets sold at the baseball game. The total amount of ticket sales from the standard and discounted tickets was $2,629.34. The line graphed on the grid represents the first equation in a system of linear equations for this situation. Now, you could sit there and try to figure it out the hard way, but you can also generate the equation by saying 153x plus 47y, where x is the standard tickets and y are the discounted tickets. All of that together is $2,629.34. They gave you the second equation for the system. If the second equation in the system is y equals 0.80x, what is the best estimate of a price of a discounted ticket? Okay. And remember, the discounted tickets are less expensive. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this equation. 0.80x is the same as y, so I'm going to put it in there for y. So I've got 153x plus 47 times 0.80x equals 2,629.34. And then do a little math. All right, so I'm going to get 153x plus 47 times 0.8 is 37.6x after I do this equals $2,629.34. 37x plus 153x is going to be 190.6x, and that equals 2,629.34. What am I going to do next? I'm going to divide both sides by 190.6. So 2,629.34 divided by 190.6. Enter. And X is 13.795. That's going to be basically $13.80. That's for your regular ticket. Okay. For your discounted ticket, you've got to put it in this formula. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use the unrounded version because it's already on my calculator. Times 0.8. And I get $11.03 or 4 cents. 11.04. All right, so it's not A, it's not B. Let's look at choices C and D. All right, C says $13.25. D says $11.15. I don't love this because it's off by like 9 cents, which may make you guys think, oh, I've done the math wrong. But they did say what's the best estimate of the price of a discounted ticket, okay? Which means give or take a little bit, you could be off a little bit. So we got $11.04. So the best estimate based on what they gave us choice-wise is D, $11.15. But again, I don't love that because then it kind of makes you doubt yourself because you're a few pennies off. All right, 34, printer ink costs $18.99 per cartridge. The company that sells the ink cartridges charges a flat rate shipping fee of $7.95 no matter how many cartridges purchased in a single order. So you've got the number of cartridges times $18.99 plus the $7.99 or $7.95 shipping cost. So your total cost is the shipping plus $18.99x. Let's see. Total cost, they're using a T. So they're going to put a T right here. And I guess they're going to use C for the cost per cartridge. Okay. So $18.99 per cartridge plus $7.95 shipping is your total cost. And that is going to be D.